In the grand scheme of things, leadership at work is all about inspiration. You all certainly know what I'm talking about. When you're around someone you find inspiring, you can feel it. It's like an energy that infuses into everything you do. You're suddenly more productive, more helpful, and even happier while you're at work. All you have to do is type the word inspiration into Google, and you'll find list after list of tips regarding how to inspire your teams. And these tips can certainly be helpful, but to truly inspire those around you, to motivate them to work smarter and contribute more, you've got to understand what's behind inspiration and motivation in the first place. Let's start with a little motivation theory. According to experts, there are two ways people find inspiration. It's either internal or external. People who are internally motivated take on activities that bring them personal satisfaction. For these folks, it's about things like love, personal meaning, belonging, learning, mastery, and autonomy. Someone who is internally motivated is less likely to work hard for a raise, but more likely to work hard on passion projects or simply helping out the team. Of course, there isn't a one-size-fits-all type of internal motivation. People who are internally motivated are seeking all kinds of different things, from a sense of belonging and team to an autonomous work environment. People who are externally motivated, on the other hand, are inspired to work harder for money, titles, bonuses, attention, prizes, or other job perks. It's these people who are motivated well by the typical workplace structure in which effort is rewarded by money or other employment-related perks. Given that there are two different ways to inspire and motivate your team, it's probably worth asking yourself which type of motivation you can best relate to. Chances are, if you're externally motivated, yourself, for example, you'll find the easiest way to inspire your team. And likewise, if you're internally motivated, your inspiration tactics are likely internal in nature. Now, I'm hoping at this point you've asked yourself, but what about those in my office that aren't like me? How am I reaching those individuals? When it comes to brainstorming, most people find it easier to develop external motivation systems at work. Bonus structures and reward systems that honor a nominated Employee of the Month are perfect examples of external motivators. You're also providing external motivation when you publicly recognize someone on your team who did good work. Tapping into an associate's internal motivation can be a bit trickier. There are three main principles of internal motivation. The first is meaningfulness. When someone who is internally motivated finds meaning in their work, they feel as though their time and energy is well spent and their efforts rewarded, without extra money or bonuses. The second principle is trust. When internally motivated people feel trusted, they feel they have freedom to choose how and when work is completed. They are more empowered and motivated to get the job done. Trust also implies that the individual is viewed as competent and able, which builds self-confidence and helps people rise to the occasion. The third principle is movement. Even the most highly motivated people will feel disheartened by a lack of progress or movement in their work projects, work environments, or their career. The first way to help internally motivated people stay that way is to get to know them. When you understand what makes a person feel inspired at work, you can make sure it continues to happen. And when you're motivating and inspiring a large variety of people, you've got to cover all your bases. Start small and add slowly, keeping in mind the two different ways people are motivated. For example, imagine your company has a bonus system that rewards associates for meeting sales goals. Don't ditch that system in favor of another that's more focused on internal motivation. Instead, add to it. Begin allowing employees as much freedom as possible in determining their own work systems. Start offering regular and more personalized feedback sessions with people on your team. Develop a training or education program that helps associates further their career. Additions can even be as simple as making a commitment to transparency at work by encouraging other leaders to share in progress with everyone. Finally, it's essential to remember that no matter how people are motivated, a leader in the workplace needs to act like one. If you're a leader at work, your team is looking at you, trying to figure out whether they feel motivated to continue their efforts. Find ways to ensure you stay motivated and inspired, focusing on what makes you feel compelled to do good work. In some ways, it's like the advice they give on planes just before takeoff. You must put on your own oxygen mask before tending to others around you. Before you can begin to inspire and motivate your team, you must be inspired and motivated yourself. Make sure you have a solid work-life balance and do something, at least one thing every day that helps you connect with what inspires you at work. It can be anything. Read a customer satisfaction letter, keep a daily inspiration quote app on your phone, create a list of goals for yourself, and keep track of your own progress. Or work towards receiving an excellent annual review from your supervisor. Before we finish up, I want to remind you, as a leader, you can take charge of your own motivation. Don't be afraid to tell an upper-level manager what you need and feel inspired and motivated at work. Ask for what you need to stay engaged. They'll appreciate it, I have no doubt. Motivating people isn't as simple as a pat on the back. It's a well-crafted system designed to engage all associates. If you haven't thought about how you motivate and inspire your team, you have a tremendous opportunity. Take charge and develop a multi-pronged approach this week. If you've done your job well, you'll see nearly immediate results.